I don't know who keeps sending these, but whoever it is understands something about Monday mornings that most people don't. He said it to his assistant, holding the small arrangement that had appeared on the building's reception desk for the third consecutive Monday. Wildflowers mostly, with one or two deliberate blooms that gave the whole thing a point of view without trying too hard. His assistant, a practical woman named Darcy, said she had checked with building reception, and the deliveries came from a florist 2 blocks away called Wren and Stem, always before 8, always with a small card that said only, for whoever needs them most today. His name was Callan Hale, 33 years old, founder and CEO of Hale Digital, a software company he had built over 8 years, into something that occupied the 14th through 17th floors of the Aldrin building, and employed 240 people. He was, by external measure, successful. He was also, on most Monday mornings, the first person in the building, arriving at 6:45 into a dark, empty office that he filled with work before anyone else arrived to observe him filling it. He was lonely, in the specific way of people who have built something significant, and have no one to tell about it who isn't on the payroll. The flowers on Monday mornings had become, without his choosing it, the thing he noticed first when he came in. Her name was Lyndon Vare, 24 years old. She ran Wren and Stem from a small shop 2 blocks from the Aldrin building, which she had opened 14 months ago. She worked from a wheelchair, a spinal condition from her early 20s, with a workbench built to her height, and a shop layout she had designed herself to be fully navigable from her chair. The arrangements she made were precise and unhurried, and had the quality of something that had been thought about rather than assembled. She had started the Monday morning deliveries on her own initiative 3 months ago, with no arrangement and no payment. She sent one small bouquet each week to a different building in the neighborhood: the hospital on 5th, the community center on Marsh, the law office that always had its lights on earliest, on Callaway Street. The Aldrin building had been on her list because she had watched, from her early opening preparation, the same figure arriving at 6:45 every Monday into a dark building, and had thought, that person needs something. She did not know who the figure was. She knew the building. She knew the dark windows. She knew the 6:45 arrival. The flowers cost her $12 a week. She did not charge for them. She did not expect anything from them. They were simply the things she did because she could. He came to the shop on a Thursday, not to investigate. He had simply decided that someone had been giving him something for 3 weeks and he had not said thank you. And this was the kind of oversight that, once noticed, required correction. He pushed the door open and found a young woman at the workbench, arranging stems with the focused attention of someone for whom this is both work and something more than work. She looked up. He looked at the shop, small, well-organized, the layout clearly designed with specific intention. "You're from the Aldrin building," she said. Not quite a question. "How do you know?" he said. "You walk past most mornings," she said. 6:45. He looked at her. "The flowers are from you," he said. "Yes," she said simply. "Why?" he said. She put down the stems she was working with the direct, unhurried attention she brought to things that mattered. "Because someone arriving at 6:45 every Monday looks like they need something that isn't on the agenda," she said. "Flowers aren't on most people's agendas. That's usually exactly why they help." He stood in the shop for a moment with this explanation, which was simple and complete, and did not ask for anything in return. "What do I owe you?" he said. "Nothing," she said. "That's the point of them." He looked at the arrangements on the display shelf, each one distinctive, each one with the particular quality she had described. Not on the agenda. He looked at the shop, at the workbench height, at the careful, intentional layout. "Did you design the shop yourself?" he said. "Every inch," she said. "It took 3 months to get right." "What was hardest?" he said. She told him, the reach distances, the counter height, the door width, the specific frustrations of building a space that served her needs in a commercial context that had not been designed with her in mind. She talked about it with the precise, problem-solving fluency of someone who has had to engineer their own solutions, and has gotten good at it. He listened with the full, assessing attention he brought to good problems. My company does software, he said slowly. We have a retail accessibility division. We've been building a product for small business owners who need adaptive design consultation. Digital tools for space planning that account for mobility requirements. He paused. We've been testing it for 8 months, and it doesn't work the way it should. Every beta user says the same thing. The software doesn't understand the actual problem. She looked at him. What's the actual problem? That's what we can't figure out, he said. She looked at her shop. The actual problem is that the people designing adaptive spaces are usually not the people who need them, she said. So they design for an idea of the need, rather than the reality of it. The software probably does the same thing. It accounts for measurements without accounting for what it feels like to navigate them. He was quiet for a long time. Would you be willing to consult, he said, formally, paid on the product team, not to fix the code, to tell us what the code is missing. He paused. You just told me in 40 seconds what 8 months of beta testing didn't. She looked at her workbench, at the shop she had spent 3 months getting right, at the Monday morning flowers that had cost her $12 a week with no expectation of return, and had somehow arrived here. I'd need to keep the shop, she said. The consultation would be flexible, he said. Your schedule. I'd need to see the product first, she said, before I agree to anything. That's the right answer, he said. She looked at him, this man who had come to her shop to say thank you for flowers he didn't order, and had stayed to ask the right question about a problem he had been carrying for 8 months. Monday mornings, she said softly. Are they better now, with the flowers? He looked at the arrangement on the shelf. Wildflowers. One deliberate bloom. A point of view without trying too hard. They're the best part of Monday, he said honestly. They always have been. Give what you have without expecting return. The flower you send into the dark is sometimes the thing that finds its way back to you as an open door. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Let's spread more stories of kindness and hope together.